Hey guys, today I am talking about the Five Nights at Freddy's book because this I've noticed some things that I haven't seen anybody talk about before in the FNAF books. So, for people who haven't read the FNAF books, spoiler warning. I will talk about each of these books reveals something or in each of the books I've found something I don't think anybody's noticed. So first off, we'll start with the first book. Actually, yes, we'll start off with the first book. So, the thing I've noticed from the first book that I don't think anybody's talked about is the fact that this isn't the FNAF 1 location in the Silver Eyes. In the Silver Eyes, we do not, the main character Charlie does not visit the FNAF 1 location. So a few things, this right here is an accurate map of the FNAF 1 area. As you can see, there's the dining hall, parts and service, pirate cove, supply closet, west hall, east hall, office, kitchen, and restrooms. And this is show stage. Well, apparently, let me go to, okay, I'm currently on page 116, and it says there's an arcade. Now, where could an arcade be? We don't have an. We can assume there might be an arcade somewhere in the dining area, but we don't actually know since it's not shown on the image on the camera for the dining area. And also, it can't be the FNAF 1 location because Pirates Cove in the book is either here or here. It's off a hallway, or it could be here too. It's not beside the dining area. So that was enough evidence for me. And now we're on to the twisted ones. And you might notice this is Markiplier's Five Nights at Freddy's Location Part 2 video. But the reason I chose this particular video to show you guys is because of this blinking thing right there. As you can hear, Handy just said it's his power module. How can something that tiny power this huge animatronic? That struck me as odd the second I watched a playthrough on FNAF Sister Location. And when I read the twisted ones, it all made sense. Because, give me a sec guys, I'll find the page in a second. You guys, I'm back, I've just found the page. So, let me quote this section of the book here. So, spotting a glimmer in the pile, Charlie took hold of a small disc and carefully placed it in the palm of her hand. She held it out so John could see. It looked just like the metallic disc they found in the body of the animatronic, but one side had been damaged, revealing a curious metal framework inside. Several wires extended, connecting to a black keypad not much larger than the disc itself. and let me go back ahead a bit. He passed her the broken disc he just unhooked. Look on the back. The back had once been smooth, but it was scratched lots since it was first made. Charlie stared at it for a minute, then she finally saw it. There was writing along one edge. She had to bring the piece of plastic close to her face to make the letters out. They were tiny and in an old-fashioned flowing script. They read, Afton Robotics, LLC. Charlie dropped the disc immediately. Afton? William Afton? That's my father's old partner. And guess what the name of the person who made these animatronics was referred to in a cutscene at the very beginning of the game? Mr. Afton. Is that a coincidence? I think not. And it turns out these discs are the reason the twisted animatronics look like the twisted animatronics. Normally, they look like this guy. Let me find this page. Give me a sec. Guys, I found the page. Here we go. Suddenly, the blankets were yanked off or pulled from the foot of the bed. Charlie shot up and finally saw what had come for her. An enormous head rested its chin on her feet. It looked like something from a carnival game, its eyes rolling from side to side, clicking each time they moved. A pitch-black top hat was perched on his head, cocked slightly to one side, and the giant cheeks and button nose gave him away immediately. Freddy. He was no longer the sleek and featureless head she had unearthed in the abandoned lot. His head was lively and full of movement, covered in wavy brown fur and bouncy cheeks. Yet there was something disjointed about it all, as though even part of his face was moving independently. That immediately sounded suspicious to me when I read that. And the animatronics from Sister Location definitely their face moves in different sections. Freddy's face slid across the bed like a python. His head lost shape as it folded outwards. Now, that to me sounded like the way the Sister Location animatronics jump scare you. So when I read that, I was immediately suspicious, and something else struck me odd. Why was Nightmare on the cover of the book? Now, sure, Scott Cawthon could have chosen to put any character on the cover of the book. He chose to put Nightmare. Now, that also struck me as odd about this book, because Nightmare, he doesn't appear anywhere in this game. Book. And that made me think, what if the Nightmare animatronics and the Twisted animatronics were the same? Ba ba ba. Now, we know they look different, but they also the animatronics, the Twisted ones, look different to each of the characters. Slightly. So maybe this Nightmare is one of the characters is maybe the character from FNAF 4's interpretation of what they look like. And something else, let me just search up Nightmare Fredbear. Because there's something odd about Nightmare Fredbear's design. His teeth on his stomach. That is also a trait that is shared with the animatronics from the game, or from the Twisted One's book. Because their stomach rips open and they literally swallow people. This is what a kid, such as the character of FNAF 4, would interpret it to be like. That's why Nightmare Fredbear's teeth in his stomach. Interesting, but I only just learned about this fact because I'm trying to think of something. Now, that's the thing I've learned from the twisted ones. Oops. Now, the fourth closet is where things start to get a bit messy. The thing I learned is something we already knew, but we never really knew it. The book confirms that Mangle is Funtime Foxy. The book completely confirms it. 100% confirmed. And don't try and argue me on this one. Ever since FNAF's location was announced, everyone thought, when we saw the trailer for FNAF's location, we saw this character, we were like, oh my god, this game has to take place before, because that's definitely fixed Mangle. But it is confirmed, not in the way we thought, though. Mangle is not a broken down Funtime Foxy. Funtime Foxy can apparently turn into Mangle at will because reasons that totally make sense. I keep having to find the pages, so give me a second, guys. Okay, guys, I found the page now. So this is page 266 from the fourth closet. Foxy, Jessica thought, hastily taking the pointed pink ears and yellow eyes. I wonder who that could be. Okay. Its cheeks were painted with red circles, like the animatronic girls had been. The creature looked at her for a long moment, and she stared back, unable to remember how to move her feet. And the fox had retreated, and all the children screamed. Something new sprang violently into the room, a long and segmented metal limb like a spider's leg. Actually, I just realized something, that Funtime Foxy, when it turns into Mangle, isn't this Mangle. It's like Super Mangle, like, which is super big Mangle. Like, seriously big. Because you know how our Mangle is just the Mangle from the games like this? Well, in the book Mangle is like 10 times as big as this. I tell ya, the Mangle in this book's massive. Okay. Something new sprang along its room, long and segmented metal limb, like a spider's leg, braced against the floor just as a second metal leg violently invaded the space, embedding itself in the nearest wall. The children screamed and Jessica raced towards them, looking frantically for a way out. The room was filling with arms and legs extended and contorted, some with hands, others without. Jessica searched for a place to run through the steadily thickening mass of legs. Her eyes met the yellow eyes of the fox head, suspended in the air by rods and beams. But there was another set of eyes as well. Does it have two heads? Yeah, we can clearly tell our Mangle has two heads. So does one in the book. The unskinned metal skull, that one right there, lowered itself. It was connected to the mast by cables and cords and seemed to move its own will. Case in point, completely confirmed. So, there are some noticeable differences between the Mangle in the book and our Mangle. Our Mangle is a billion times smaller. And this Mangle here, its face can't split open. But hey, that's why this exists, I guess. Because I can't imagine it being the Mangle we know, but I also can't imagine it being a completely different Mangle. So, essentially, confirmed. So, that's me saying some stuff some people might not have noticed from the books. I mean, sure, people will probably notice that last one. I know for a fact that Game Theory noticed the metal discs. But the first one about the pizzeria not being the FNAF 1 location is confusing because how did nobody notice this? If somebody did notice this, I'll probably put them in the description, but I haven't seen any YouTube videos talking about it. Probably because it doesn't have much war implications. But, oh, I just remembered, I forgot to mention something. The location in the books that isn't the FNAF 1 location is the first Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. The first. And, well, I I have a theory for another day, but I have a feeling that the pizzeria from the first book is simultaneously both the FNAF 1 location and not the FNAF 1 location. But I'll explain that in another theory video. So, I'm Shadow Gaming, and that was some things you may not have noticed about the FNAF books. Goodbye!